Hey, if you're thinking, I barely have time to write, let alone start a podcast, I got you. My Start Your Author podcast checklist helps busy writers like you start a podcast without sacrificing your writing time. No more guessing or Googling. Starting is actually the easiest part of podcasting, and with this step-by-step checklist, you can fit it in over the next 6 weeks or even next weekend. Stop letting uncertainty hold you back. Grab your free checklist at the link below and get on your way to serving your target readers today. When pitching to guests on podcast, how do you create an interview query that gets a yes from the host? That's what we're talking about today with my special guest, Linda Goldfarb. Linda is the award-winning author of Creating Dynamic Podcasts and Audiobooks and hosts both the Your Best Writing Life podcast and the Staying Real About Faith and Family podcast. Today's episode is part 4, our series finale of interview guesting best practices. And if you missed any episodes, I'll link them in the show notes because we've had so much fun bringing you this series and taking turns airing one episode on Linda's podcast and the next one here on mine. You're in for a treat today as we talk about creating professional interview queries. So let's get to it. Oh, Linda, I'm so thrilled to have you back for our series finale. So let's dive into part 4, how to create professional interview queries. So we have our topics and our interview questions ready. So let's dive in, Linda, about the next step, reaching out to podcast host. How do you recommend we start?
Well, it's kind of like what you said. We begin with a query email. And this is a pitch to the host about why you're a good fit for their program. And here's the key thing, Kim. We must make sure that we are a good fit for their program. We need to have been listening to their program. We need to know, do I have something to offer them? We need to make sure they actually do interviews. I mean, there are people that go, well, I've listened to some, but they don't talk to a lot of people. And I go, well, that's probably not the one you want to be on.
Yeah.
And also knowing that we are filling a need maybe that has not been satisfied in the last 3 to 6 months. And bring something fresh, bring something new as part of our query.
Yeah, that's so good. I know I get a ton of pitches. I'm sure you do too, Linda, where you just go, okay, this is not a fit. And I'm pretty sure they probably knew it wasn't a fit, or maybe the PR agency that they're paying lots of money to knew it wasn't a fit, but they pitch us anyway. And it's just like, I don't get it. But anyway, so give us an overview of what you want listeners to know about their query email.
Absolutely. Well, first, be concise in what you send. So I have some little points here. Include this in your query. Who you are. Give them your bio that lets them know why you're a good fit, particularly to them. This is not your formal bio. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But this would be why you're the expert and what you have to offer is valuable for them and for their listeners. The second would be kind of the tag to that. What is it that you're going to offer them? The third one is going to be, why are you the perfect guest for this show? This is when you can talk about, I was listening to your program and I see that you speak to this people group. They're my audience as well. I so appreciate, and you can say a little bit about a show that you actually listen to. Listen to their content and say, this is why I think I'm a good fit. And they'll realize that you have actually listened to them. And again, your area of expertise, your contact information. There are many times we'll receive something. Electronic is so good today because at least we have an email, but have that also in the body of your query. Your professional headshot, making you appear relational. Don't have it be a candid shot that is not your personality. Have it be professional, but depending on the topic that you're speaking on, I like seeing headshots or body shots that match what we're going to talk about. So if you have those done, and there are a lot more of the lifestyle photo shoots happening in conferences that I'm going to, and it can give a beautiful visual for those who happen to see your photo on a website or such of the podcast. And when you're sending it to them, hey, here's me. This is what I look like. And then also offer them your professional website link.
It's so good. Yeah. So I know in addition to that, you also recommend developing a one sheet. So tell us a little bit about what that is and what it should include.
Absolutely. So this is where you do a 50-word bio. On your website, you can have a larger bio. You can have your media page. You have all of that in place. But this would be a 50-word bio, then additional topics that showcase your expertise. Then offer them places, programs, etc., where you have been featured. Are you speaking at conferences? Are you speaking at retreats? Are you a guest on other podcasts, television interviews, maybe blog posts? Wherever else they can find you, just give them a few links. Don't give them 25. They don't need 25. Just give them 3, give them 5, but have it be diverse and have it be so that it covers more of your topics, not necessarily just the one or the 3 that you're offering to this particular host. Then your social media stats and your reach. Because what's really great when you're a guest on someone else's podcast, they're going to want to know, are you going to share this? Where are you going to share this? And when you say, hey, I have this many thousands or hundreds, or I have 10, or I have a newsletter, I'm going to put it out on all of that, that's going to help them as well. And do you have book titles? If you have books, have the titles, have the links to the books there where they can find out more from. And I offer them a couple options. I can send them to Amazon to see the book, or I could send them to my page on my website. So again, they're coming to my website and it has a synopsis of the book as well there, because they're not necessarily going to purchase the book. We can send them the book. We can offer to send it to them. I'd be happy to get you a copy for your perusal. And then again, make sure that you do have your contact information.
Yeah, that's so great to just make it so easy, right, for the prospective host to go check you out, because they always do check you out. So now, Linda, you also share in your book to be proactive about your availability for an interview. What do you mean by that?
Okay, this is really just a baseline. Everyone must adopt this. To be proactive about our availability means that we need to have an event scheduler or media page ready to plug in possible interview openings. And it's just for our eyes, Kim. It's where I go through my calendar and I know that I can block possible interview, possible interview, possible interview. And I'm working it around my current schedule. If someone reaches out and says, hey, I'd love to have you interviewed because you're putting your queries out there. And then you have to wait and go look at your schedule and go, when in the world could I? Or a lot of times they'll send you a Calendly link or one of their schedulers, and you'll go to it. And then you have to go to your calendar and go, I don't know, am I available then or not? If you will preemptively go in and write in, I'm available to be interviewed. Since I'm a podcast host, I do multiples of that. I can interview other people during this time, and my associate producer will fill people in. She knows, okay, this is an opening, but I can also have that or use it when I'm being interviewed myself. So if I do it ahead of time, I'm a lot more productive and I can get back to that potential guesting opportunity quickly. And they always like to see that.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. That's so true. Getting back to them quickly. They love that for sure. Oh, gosh, Linda, this has been so good and so fun, this series. And I hope you'll check out Linda's book, Creating a Dynamic Podcast and Audiobooks. And listen, if you were guesting on podcasts and have an audio version of your book, be sure to mention it in your interview because listeners love to listen, right? And I'll be sure to put a link to Linda's book where you can learn all about audiobooks in the show notes. So, Linda, thanks again for inviting me to collaborate on this series. It was so fun, and I'm just so thankful for you.
Kim, you're a great interviewer. That's why Book Marketing Mania is such a popular podcast. You grab us, you take us on the journey that you want us to go on, which is also the journey we need to be on as writers, as authors. And you help so many podcasters in their journey as well. Y'all, I highly, highly recommend her. You're looking for a coach, she's a great one. If you're looking for more insight, oh, I hope you listen to this podcast on a regular basis. Thank you so much, Kim, for allowing me to participate and collaborate with you as well.
Yeah, it's been so fun. Thanks, Linda. Oh, y'all, this series has been so much fun. You know how much I love collaborations, and I hope you are thinking of creative ways you can collaborate with other authors and podcasters as well. And if you love this series, be sure to check out Linda's book, Creating Dynamic Podcast and Audiobooks. And if you want more help guesting on podcast, Linda and I talked about finding shows to pitch and how to avoid common mistakes authors make when pitching over on her Best Writing Life podcast. And I'll be sure to link that episode in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in to Book Marketing Mania. And as always, I'll be there for you next episode to help you reach and serve your readers one podcast at a time. See you then.